Poor Medusa.
Poor Medusa. Hi,
Oh, poor
guys.
Medusa.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I was having computer problems.
Oh,
Diana's having leg problems, but here we are. We're here. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Heavenly bless, honey. Thank you for singing to me. Oh, my goodness. That's beautiful.
oh, let
Oh,
me see what's going on here.
yeah. Let's say hi to
Hi,
everyone.
everybody.
Hi,
Hi, Hunsinger.
Randy. Hi, Bora Bora. Thank you for being a moderator and your birthday wishes. I appreciate you. Hi, Liz and all. I'm so glad everything's looking up for you. Hi, Ken Lecky. I hope I'm saying, is it Lecky or Ike? Oh my goodness. Please
Say that
forgive
again.
me.
That's whatever you're saying. It must be awfully easy for you because it's not easy for me.
I can't get my words right. Hi, Fred Hunsinger. I'm gonna say it's Lori. Yeah, it is Lori. I'm
Well,
not
I was just going to say, Mr. Hunsinger has come to the party.
And she says her generator will not run her computer. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry you're still on generator. Damn Texas. The
Diana
governor.
G.
That governor's
Karen
got to go.
Robinson.
I
Karen
know.
Robinson, you brat. When's your birthday?
That governor of Texas, he's got to go. All of them in Texas got to go.
Oh,
In fact, that's why the eclipse that the Great American Eclipse that went over Texas, that's exactly what's going to occur because the Texans cannot live under these kind of conditions
no.
anymore.
This is
It's
like setting them out to Death Valley where it's 130 degrees. Because
right.
isn't that just next door?
Yeah, it's not far. Hi, K. Muldoon. Hi, Diane G.
Hello, greeter TK.
Is
Boy,
the
that girl has been
Andrew?
around with us for a long time. I can remember when she first hit YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Was that 2018, 2019?
It's been a while. My
Well, that's when
goodness.
I first encountered her. She's been through a few name changes. The same ones I feel like I should go through too. Like my name's Diana, but I certainly feel like Opal someday. Sometimes I feel like Pearl. Then there are days that I feel like, shit.
I feel like a nut. I feel like a nut.
A
Hi,
gnat.
Kayla.
I've been counting squirrels all day. Everything I say is like squirrel.
I
There's
was just
another one.
saying squirrels earlier. Hi, Karen Robinson. Oh, she's calling me a brat. My birthday is on Monday. Oh, you
Annie
sent me
Bear,
a card.
Annie
All right. You're so cute. Thank you.
Liz and all. Liz,
Hi,
I hope you're
Peter.
good.
Oh my goodness.
And
Hi,
Sharon
Sharon Sipe.
Stipe.
Happy birthday. Sharon Sipe has the same birthday as I
Oh,
do.
no way.
Yeah, so we hang out on the birthday days. Hi,
All
Annie
right.
Bear.
And Annie Bear, yes, she's been putting beautiful crystals in her garden,
Oh,
bowls
nice.
full of little shimmeries.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I
Today
love
she
it.
did citrine, yellow citrine.
That was coming in. We came on today because we're trying to do once a week thing, keep everybody up and running. Let's
Make
say
us happy. Come
I
to the
have
podcast.
myself. I have myself, and so has Diana been kind of struggling with the political news. So all day I'm like, well, what are we going to talk about? Because I really want to get into like the Trump chart, the Biden chart, cuss everybody out. Really want to cuss the media out. That's who's got to go down first. But I kept getting magic. Okay, so what Annie Bear's doing.
Yeah.
Little bowls of crystals out in the garden, doing in every moment, try to make it a magical moment is what I was getting
You
all day.
know,
It's hard.
it is something that I have certainly been aware of coming back, returning to. I've been, I just got this new
Happy
book,
birthday, Kay.
Decoding Shakespeare, which is ever so important, especially since,
My brain can't handle. I got all this astrology. How are you looking at Shakespeare?
well, because what got me hooked in and drawn ashore is the fact that when I was watching Alan Green, and he was with,
I
yeah,
made
he
it.
was on Next Level Soul, with Alex Ferrari.
I remember you sent me that.
Yes, and it is really good. And then last night, I've only got a half an hour left, but I didn't have time yet today to finish with Edward Robert Grant and the guy he was on last night. It's a 2.5 hour show, but it is dynamic. But this one with Ellen Green was talking about this grid. And that's what I keep talking about that I see on the ceiling when I wake up, particularly after dreams. And so then I had to go down this rabbit hole because there's something about that code. And the bottom line is nobody ever saw Shakespeare. Nobody knows who he is, all the sonnets he wrote, all the plays he wrote, all the papers he wrote. Nobody has ever seen Shakespeare. And that brings me to...
I just got Metatron in my head.
What? You just got
what? I just got Metatron.
Metatron. Well, it brings me to Saint Germain and the Purple Flame.
Yeah.
And Melchizedek. And Joseph of Arimathea. And Merlin and Nostradamus.
Merlin's been around
and Saint Germain.
Yeah.
Merlin, yeah. Merlin. And Pan. Our little darling.
And it's all okay, even though these are ascended masters, right? It's all magic. All magic. Everything is magic. And we got, to get through, because I'm just going to say it like it is, because this is the truth. To get through now until the election, we have to, we're going to have to really bring ourselves up out of this. It hit me hard this week. The news, so it got me so bad because I usually don't even look at it, don't want to pay attention. I don't know. I don't care because you know why? I know at the end of the day in January when we have inauguration, love is the winner. Unconditional love and truth.
Love will find a bridge.
Look at that. There's the magician, right?
I know, and as I was shuffling, he jumped out of the card, out of the deck, just for you, my dear, because you were talking about magic.
It's about the magic. We're magic. We're beings of love. We're sovereign beings of love and light, right? We're a spark of the divine. We are made out of energy, frequency, vibration, resonance, and we get to dictate our energy. How are we going to go down? Because I was sinking down. I was going down into the hole. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Well, Enoch. So Enoch was Metatron before, or is Metatron.
Yeah,
now he's a prophet, right? And he's another one who goes into that mix with Saint Germain and the Violet Flame and Joseph of Arimathea and all the magicians of the era, including Yeshua. And Ezekiel, his cousin or brother, it's not clear whether they were brothers or cousins, but he became Sandalphon. They are the two that were taken, that ascended from earth and became the angels of the highest source in heaven.
And see, it's like, and they're all here, right? This is another thing I was getting today. Okay, not only magic, and you're naming off all of these ascended masters and archangels, also, right? I'm looking at the charts, and it's all about the goddesses. The goddesses are just below. They're gonna pull us through this,
aren't they? They are just off the charts, literally.
Literally.
They're all hanging out together.
Yeah.
Chiron has Xena and Hygeia. Well, Chiron is about our wounds. He's the wounded healer. Oh my gosh, don't we all have some? And I literally have my Sagittarius thighs being wounded, right?
Oh my goodness.
And my Chiron is in Sagittarius. Well, he's got Eris fighting for him.
Goddess of discord. She was kicked out of the party, right? She came back through the apple and the golden apple. She was like, here with you and your party. To the fairest of them all, right?
Sleeping Beauty, right?
Yeah, same, right?
Right. And then,
Go ahead.
right, Xena and Eris are the same. When Eris was discovered, the astronomer that found her, it was 1977, and he was in love with the Xena TV show. So he named her Xena. Well, Ceres is the same energy as Xena. They cleaned Xena up a little bit for prime time, but it's the same energy. But what I love about Chiron in the sky right now in Aries is we have Eris, Xena fighting for him, but right inside the door in Taurus comes his scientist doctor, Hygeia, another female.
Another healer.
Right? Her father was Thor's doctor. And when her father couldn't heal anybody, he came to her because not only did she take an interest in medicine and disease, but she took an interest in curing it and then how to prevent it. And that's something that we should all be doing right now, because those three in alignment is setting us up to have the tools to repair the damage done.
Oh my gosh, you won't even believe what I got. And that's so true. And I got Cancer and I got the moon. Okay, Cancer's the mother, right? And the moon rules Cancer. So this is all about going into your feminine side. I'm not saying that your divine masculine isn't important, but for now, as we align ourselves, because it's going to get, I mean, the astrology is already off the charts, but it's just going to get crazier as we go forward. And Venus just went into Leo. I got Venus. Okay, again, what do you love? But this is about you. Only focus on what, I say this all the time, I feel like I repeat myself, what you love and value, because that's what's going to get us, you, me, us individually through these next few months.
Isn't that a beautiful card? Oh my gosh, I gotta get that deck out too. I'll be right back. It's just here, but I don't want anybody looking at my belly.
It's okay. Then I got Juno. She's about all of our relationships, our partnerships, all of our, friends, family, everybody. Then I got, who else did I get in here? Palais Athena. Think, your wisdom. She's a warrior goddess. No, you can't. And she's a warrior goddess, but she doesn't fight. She uses strategy. So it's kind of like, right, in our cases right now, just surrender. Just go inside, surrender. Let all the circus do its thing. I know it's triggering. And yeah, you get to take those moments and get really pissed off like I did today. And yesterday and maybe the day before. And then I got Ceres, and she's also a nurturer, right? She's also a goddess of the harvest. Plant your seeds. Okay, so the seeds, what do we all know what we want to see. We know what the outcome we want. Why are we letting these liars, and I'm going to say all media, except maybe Midas Touch and the psychics, that's all I watch. All media are liars. They're not bringing up Agenda 2025. They're not bringing up the Epstein Trump pedophile stuff. They're just, they've known about it too since 2006, probably way before that. Nobody's brought it up. I'm trying.
Well,
it's frustrating, right?
Jump. Don't scratch my legs. Come on, Chris.
But that was kind of another thing I wanted to talk about on the darker side of things. Maybe we could read on the future of the media. Go ahead.
Well, I have Mars came out as our rising energy. This was the card on the bottom of the deck.
Good.
Confrontation.
Well, Mars
and right now, we have Mars in Taurus, and these are bold deer, You know,
Well,
look at the racks on them getting tangled up.
beautiful. But
That's not a female reindeer. Her rack isn't
mm-mm,
that big.
mm-mm. And what happens on the 15th? Mars, hi Sal. Mars, Uranus, and Algol conjunct. Now, Mars is going to move off of that conjunction, right?
Hmm.
And there's a lot more to Algol than his human star. Okay, maybe he wasn't the best of the best, and Medusa's in the mix, but why? Why did they take the Medusa, who they took a girl who was raped, made her the enemy, and gave her a head?
And what does that say about Venus Athena? Because she was a high priestess in the temple of Athena, and Athena got ticked at her. And it was Neptune / Poseidon who raped her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gave birth to 2 horses that were his children. And because he had marked her, she had no choice but to become his wife. And then Athena admonished her instead of defending her. What does that say? Some say that gave her, Athena actually gave her the tools with which to defend herself.
Right.
By what? By defacing her?
Right.
By turning her into a scaly skinned, snaggle-toothed, snake-haired goddess
That
of
everybody
fire?
turned to rock if they saw her.
Right. And it was eyes of stone. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I was been thinking about this. Those old gods, the old myths, the old, it was designed, let's face it, okay, religion didn't want any part of it, but religion had a lot to do with these stories, right? They wanted to keep you afraid. And look, women are powerless. Even the goddesses don't have power, even, because maybe Athena had to do that to stay relevant where she was. Who knows?
Well, it was all written by
men. Liars.
And
more liars.
Not written by women. But even the Hebrew Bible takes Lilith, and actually it's the story of Medusa that takes Lilith to be Adam's first wife, and then they make her a crib robber after she leaves Adam because she doesn't want to be subservient to anyone.
And her breasts are filled with poison. Aaron, don't let it, here, Aaron, where's she at? Stuff is coming up. It is a shame, as the myths go, right? Oh, sorry. Thank you for saying that. Heavenly blessed, honey. As the myths go, it's all tragedy, right? It's like, Greek. I mean,
it's all Shakespeare.
Okay. So this is the thing. This is the whole thing about this new age, this 26,000-year cycle. It's actually more than that, if we really want to get into it, is that all those stories that kept us boxed in fear. We weren't one of the gods. You had to be afraid. You had to do this. If you were a female, you had no power. All that is being flipped on its head. All this is being turned upside down as we ascend, as the planets ascend, as the frequency rises. We don't have to endure these tragic stories of betrayal and hate and division but they're trying, you see, and we're going to take it to the media, see how the media is trying to keep that shit alive. They're trying to, like, there's only one narrative. Biden's too old. F off, because you know what? The other one's old, demented, wearing a diaper. I mean, give me a break. Says bizarre things about Hannibal Lecter. I mean, we could go on. We all know this crap, right? Yeah. They're doing it on purpose because those in power who own the media do not want us to rise up.
They don't.
Right.
They don't. They see all of this YouTube where all of us have this opportunity to say our piece and have people come and listen to us and join in the conversation. Oh, all of a sudden they don't like that now about this media crap, because now It's open to the world
Yeah.
like it wasn't before, just because you had to have a ham radio to get started in the first place.
Right. Now you don't. Now everybody's
Now
got
you don't.
technology.
Now, all
But
of us,
see how
all
they
of us,
want to, you see how they want to say technology is now the devil, right?
oh, yeah.
Technology is what's bringing us together, what's opening our minds, what's making us see, helping us to see, not making us do anything, but helping us to see the truth that we all have a voice. We're all equal. We're all uh, humanity. We're all the collective. We all have different opinions, and that's okay. But that stops with me when you try to take my freedom and my rights away. That is not going to fucking happen. Sorry, not.
So,
And I think all of us will stand up against that if it were to come to something like that.
well, because we all have in the transiting sky the star, the royal regal star Regulus, the shoulder of Leo. And we are all stepping into this because we are going into the Leonid season very shortly. Not
888.
a week, and we're going to be in there, right? The 21st or the 19th this month is the change.
21st.
And, okay.
You were right first time.
Okay. Regulus is at 28 degrees of Leo.
That's
And
my moon. That's my moon.
that's your moon. But slow moving Estrella is at 27 degrees of Leo right now.
Yeah. And Estrella stands for, go ahead. Sorry.
Justice.
Yes. Okay. And then who did we pulled two charts today? Trump and Biden.
Yep.
Who both have a significant 28-degree Leo Regulus. Well,
Yep.
guess what? Doesn't look good for a certain orange thing at all.
His Regulus is on his rising sign and sitting on
His Mars
where'd I
about
put
to
it?
get smacked by Mars Uranus Algol conjunction in a square. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah. But with Biden, it is sitting on his Chiron. Healing, conjunct his Chiron.
And Regulus, let's say what Regulus stands for. Regulus is a royal fixed star. Okay, it's one of the four royal stars, but this one is actually pertains to royalty. Okay, so you receive what you give frequency wise. Now we can all see very clear what they're given, and even though it doesn't seem like the one who's Trump, I don't even care anymore. They could take my stuff away. I don't care. Even though we see Trump going and just spewing lies and doing his thing all the time, he is not a heart-centered, soul-centered person. He has no conscious. He's evil. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Biden is not. Biden has pulled this country out of a pandemic hole that loser put us, he was in charge then and he didn't win. He didn't win that 2016 election. That's going to come out later on. But anyway.
Well, it's nothing new. People from my generation who are, just a couple of years younger than Dumpster, we were well aware of that when it happened.
Yeah.
This isn't, it's just been brushed under the rug for so long.
Wait, which thing?
The teenage girl and her sisters.
Oh no, they're not teenagers. They're
no, they were when it happened.
Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of them. I had so much information on Trump, like 2015, 2016. I had found all these videos, all the court dates where he paid off his victims' families, his underage. He molested. Let's say what it is. He's a pedophile.
I love it.
He had altogether throughout his life up until the presidency. He ran for president. It was like 4,600 court cases, all various different things.
Yep.
there was about 20 of these court cases that I could find. And, you know, they hide the names because the victims were young and all this and that. Well, I kept that stuff. I found videos of Maxwell and Ivana. They go out in a limo in Miami, where they live, go pick up all the little street girls that had nobody watching them, nobody taking care of them, poor, take them back so they could be, you know, the entertainment for the pigs that were hanging out at Mar-a-Lago. And this, and then ride back and forth to Epstein Island. And don't think just because Trump's name is only on there 7 times, he has his own plane and could get to Epstein Island anytime he wanted to.
And the sisters that I'm talking about also did a special that is on Netflix. I cannot remember the name of it. I'm sure you can still pull it up, and it wouldn't take much to Google it if you're interested in finding out more about it, because it is the older sister's angle, not the one that went through the abuse and the rape.
Thank you, Phil. And see, and all of this stuff has been known. I mean, I live on the East Coast. Most people that live on the East Coast know about him. I know about him from the 70s and 80s. Nobody liked him. He was a nasty pig. He's a mafia boss. Really is. Okay, for entertainment purposes only. But that is his MO. He never paid anybody that worked for him properly. He never treated people properly. He was always a nasty person. And
living in Virginia, we'd go to Atlantic City every once in a while to have some fun, right? And do a little gambling. And the Taj Mahal was never our favorite place to go. And the next thing you know, it's getting closed down. And I mean, you know, because he didn't take care of the people who took care of him.
Right. And so the news media, the whole world, or, you know, that, well, he got the Apprentice thing. And that's what I think started to give him some cred, right? He had protection from that because he was bringing in money. It's all about the money, right? So they knew all about this. The media never, ever once brought any of this up. Never.
Penny Poniatowski is my cousin. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hi. And they just conveniently didn't bring up any of his past. Where anybody with 4,600, just that alone, let's not even say what the court cases were for, saying that you know, are a real estate mogul in New York City, 4,600 court cases, really? He sued everybody. He screwed everybody over, and they all knew it, and they let him. He's like a parasite that is in our entire, well, everybody knows this, right? He's just kind of like sucking, he's a tick sucking off America, is what he is, and people. I'm so sick of him, I swear to God. But I might not make it.
I know we all are, that's for sure.
And
all right,
and he yeah, just one more thing. And this 15th that sitting on his,
this is it's a magic day,
squaring his ascendant and his Regulus and his Mars, and Mars squared Mars with Uranus and Algol. It is just going to, it's just gonna, this is like the machine, right? That's going to unveil things. Now, Uranus does not do things politely. You know, Uranus is going to come at you. What's that?
Three of Swords.
I'm sorry. I usually don't get political on here, and I usually try
to. You know, the last time she talked like this, we were on with Susan Lind, and that's practically 3 years ago now. And we haven't done this rabbit hole in a very long time.
No, and but we did want to say, you know, we've talked about this recently in the last month, you know, our stance. And honestly, we were talking about, maybe doing political reads and stuff like that. I don't know if that's something you all want to hear from us. If you would, let us know. If not, we're trying to stay out of it and go above the fray. But I had to bring it all in under that conjunction because even though Mars moves on, like at the end of the month, because this is going to be 20 days. You got to think it's been building up. It's going to keep going until about the 25th. Then we got Mercury retrograde coming. Mercury's going to go in shadow soon, and then retrograde. And but that Uranus algol thing is going to play out until May.
Yeah.
So that is going. Obviously it's long and drawn out because this has been going on since 2015, 2016. But
Biden's in Detroit right now. I'm only an hour away from him. Penny, are you? He must be down somewhere close to where she is. She's at Grand Central Station. They just reopened it after completely remodeling this beautiful ancient building that's been there since the days of the train.
And I wish they would bring that all back with all those cities. That's so cool that Detroit's doing it. Thank you, Erin. Because I did have to get that off my chest. All the money, yeah. He doesn't have, in my opinion, he's soulless and heartless. So, Biden is a heart sent. Biden cares. He loves. They shamed him for giving people hugs and kisses. So now he can't even do that. Because they're so okay. We're going to stop. But the media. Is the issue. The media is the real issue here because they've had control over the narrative, and it's 24/7, and it's on every channel, and it's everywhere you look, right? And it takes people out of their center on purpose.
Yeah. Thank you, Priscilla.
I was talking to myself in the bathroom. I'm like, no, you can't.
I know.
You can't go crazy. You just stay on the high side. And
here's Algol. Algol is going to make sure that the Hierophant is going to take control of all of this craziness. I mean, we all love our extraterrestrials, but we can't expect them to come in and save us every time we turn around. We got to get out there and vote. We got to get out there and take care of ourselves. We're the ones who have to do our best Xena warriors, goddesses, and go after those who are ruining our families, who are hiding and taking and stealing and grifting everything that we work for. This time in our lives, we all know I'm an old lady, so you get to the point where I can relax, I can be comfortable. No, hell no. Now I got to worry about that.
Yeah, I know.
Who the hell let him in the door?
I know. It's like, oh my God.
I mean, what are you thinking? Of course he cheated. He wouldn't have gotten there if he didn't.
Well, okay, so the one redeeming.
Yay, the high priestess.
What is it?
The high priestess. Let's be our best Xenas, girls. And gentlemen, if Fred's still listening.
Eris is
teasing you, Lauren.
Xena. Right, Eris is Xena. Eris is the goddess of discord. Now, it's not because she's an evil person. She just saw through the BS, and she was like, you know what? Here, F you to all of you, right? So
she was out hunting. She was out hunting and came back to find her entire tribe slaughtered. So she went out after on her own to slaughter all those who killed her family, her parents, her siblings, and all the townspeople that she worked with. So that's the same similar story that they tell with Xena, but they cleaned it up a little bit because then they made her become Christian, and she went out fighting the sword in a different way. But it still boils down to the same thing. Women have to get up and fight for what matters to us. And Roe v. Wade, after 50 years, Roe v. Wade.
And
my
and
gosh.
let's say this, that is what's going to happen. Women are going to unite. This is the end of this, okay? Because as we're transitioning. Don't forget, we're going leaving the age of Pisces, going into the age of Aquarius, going into a golden age. The divine feminine has been suppressed the entire
Right.
time, which messed up the divine masculine, right? So
Right.
nobody has been honored here. Hi,
No,
Leah.
not at all. And in fact, the only way to bring back the divine masculine is to allow the divine feminine equal power back to what it was before Neptune / Poseidon raped Minerva, who became Medusa.
Callie is raging, Leah. You got that right. Boy, I tell
Right.
you,
Think of
goddesses
all the
are,
goddesses from all the different cultures. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
no,
you, but
no,
you
it's
think
okay.
about all of them. Kelly Mad has that blue tongue, blue face. So angry that the steam is coming out of her ears and she grows extra arms, you know.
Right? I mean, just we know. Okay, so we know the pain and trauma, right? We know history. We know what's going on now, and so we're kind of getting to the end. It's not going to happen fast, but we're getting closer to the end of this whole nightmare, and we don't fight. We don't fight with hate. We don't fight like they fight. We fight with love, unconditional love and truth. You okay? Okay.
Yeah,
And
lemon juice down the wrong pipe.
and it's and even those of us who are heart-centered, soul-centered, and we're from a higher consciousness and we're spiritual and all this stuff, even we're getting to the point where you just want to rip somebody's head off. Maybe that's just me. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but that got to come in. This is part of what this is about, this going through this, wading through this storm that we're in, right? Because it's just gonna build and build and build, and we're gonna come in every week, and we're gonna, and there's a lot of good. I mean, there's so many good YouTubers out here that are helping the psychics, everybody with higher consciousness, spiritual. But we're gonna come every week and try to keep it high vibe. Yeah. To understand what's going on, you have to understand the history, and we all pretty much know it. But to line it up with the astrology really helps, so you all can understand why we're talking about what we're talking about.
I need to correct myself. I said Medusa was Minerva. No, her name was always Medusa. She was in the temple of Minerva, who is Venus Athena.
Look, I don't expect you or me or anybody to keep track of all these darn Roman and Greek.
She was the only one of the Gorgon sisters who was not who was
mortal.
Mortal.
Mm-hmm.
She was mortal. The others were immortal. The other two were immortal, and their names were Uriel and Stheno. So here so he went after her.
This shit is over. We're not going to take it, right, Leah? Oh
goodness. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Right. Let's throw the TV out the window, man.
Right. I don't even watch.
And how appropriate, because he works for mass media. That show was all about mass media. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Yep. And it's just like throughout the last 50, 60 years, right? It's all just been this. Well, it's like the Truman Show, like it's big reality show, right? Like we're not even, it's all about being competitive and divided and hateful and jealous and just on and on. All these, this the crap that people have had to endure. It just, and as a kid, I would see this as like, oh my God, who listens to any of this stuff? Why is there commercials? I mean, the biggest scam on earth, selling you stuff all the time. Anyway, um,
Exactly.
President Carter,
Why I watch
he
YouTube.
will.
And then one of my favorite ways to get news, breaks the rules and goes out and gets their own ways of putting on ads. I pay for a subscription to YouTube so I don't have any ads.
That's
and then
right.
they introduce a way to have their own ads.
Mm-hmm.
It's all big hype, and as far
Mm-hmm.
as I'm concerned, they've ruined it
Mm-hmm.
for them, for me watching them.
Do you want to say who they are, or should we? No.
Sure, I have no problem. It's Midas Touch. They disappointed the hell out of me. They started out so perfectly, and now they've ruined it by making it just as big a hype as the other side.
Yeah, and let me say this about Algol too, Aaron. Diana and I were diving into it. Algol's got a lot of good points too. He's got a higher spiritual side, and he's got a demon
That's
side.
right. That's right. He is an Arabic god.
Right.
Penny, have a great time. Yeah, Mexican Village. Now I'm jealous.
Oh man,
One of my favorite restaurants.
Chili rellenos. Love chili rellenos. Anyway.
I have yet to go down and see the reopened Grand Central, but I will. I'm just waiting for a cooler day.
High hypnicity, and so that alcohol, just like, okay, we all have these good and bad sides, but then as I was going into alcohol, okay, it's a binary star, and it's like, I don't know how in the world these older astronomers, astrologers figured this out. And it looked like it was blinking because it moves so fast. It has such a fast rotation that it's in, it's out, it's in, it's out.
It has a dark star and a star that glows at a lower frequency. So there's actually 3 stars in there.
I know. That's what I was like. It's a binary tri-tier. I can't say the word.
I can't say it. Neither can I. But it's a binary star system.
Yeah, so that's cool. Now, this is important about playing out. Okay, we got 29-degree Neptune just sitting there. It's going to go to 27, but it's that background vibe that's helping people wake up, and it's very, it's heavy. It can be heavy if you're not connected to your heart or in your soul. It's really difficult to go because you can get really delusional, insanity, the other side of higher consciousness. That's background. We got this in the background with this Uranus Algol. We're gonna have Neptune, Pluto Aquarius coming up again at the end on the 21st, where it's conjunct the full moon. 29-0, then it's going to go back. Now, see, that's when it's going to get stickier. When that
Stephen Stills dark star, yeah.
Oh, what happened?
No, I was just Leah said was talking about Stephen Stills, and let's give a little shout out. Blessed honey, Sonia, your daughter. I hope that things are beginning to improve.
What happened?
Well, her daughter had a severe stroke. And she has young children. So if everybody, as you are saying your blessings tonight, please, a little extra shout out for Sonia's daughter.
Oh, man.
Yes, the earthquakes this week have been wild.
Stephen Burns.
Yeah, there you go. Go for it.
We're always on.
Right?
He's even baffled. He's even like, hey,
take the words out of my mouth. He too. But 2 months ago, his show yesterday was pretty good. He said 2 months ago, I said that they're going to start storing up energy, and you watch. Well, what I'm expecting is Uranus, Mars, Algol, a big earthquake somewhere.
Boom. Yeah,
a big one.
Be a banger. And then, okay, so then we got Mars and Taurus, right? He wants to go, but he's methodical about it. But Yeah, he's sitting there with Uranus and alcohol, so it's not really his choice on which way he's going. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way. And he's gonna go into Gemini, and then he's gonna go into Cancer, but then he's gonna retrograde in Cancer. So he's gonna be in Cancer like till February. And this is a good thing, though. I see, a lot of astrologers want to say, oh, it's in his detriment. But you know what? That forward movement has got to be heart centered in January, February. It can't be.
You're talking about Mercury, right?
I'm talking about Mars when he goes.
Oh, okay. Because Mercury enters his shadow phase on the same day that those three are conjunct, Mars, Uranus, and Algol. So when that happens, we really need to be paying attention through this shadow phase. He's going to go 4 degrees into Virgo, and then he's going to retrograde. So on August 4th.
I got them all.
Yeah. You got the dates written down?
Yeah. Okay.
It goes retrograde at 21 degrees. No, at 4 degrees of Virgo, and then he's going to go all the way back to 21 degrees.
21 Leo.
Which is where he is on the 15th as he enters that shadow phase. So we need to pay attention in our own lives. How is this? What's happening? What's playing out? Where are there mistakes? Where are there things that need to be repaired? Where are I just threw away a whole bunch of clothes. I just threw them away. I realized, oh my God, you've had these for 20 years. You haven't worn them for the past 5, 6, 7 years. There's no goodwill worth throwing these things at. Just throw
People
them.
like that stuff.
But, yeah, but no.
I get it.
Plus I'm now washing them in well water, so just let it go.
So then we have one more Mercury retrograde, 11:25 to 12:15.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to have Saturn in retrograde. Saturn is in retrograde. Neptune's in retrograde right now. Chiron's about to go retrograde on the 26th. Uranus will be retrograde on September 1st, same day.
Well, and that's what's beautiful about Algol, because Biden and Regulus is it's on Biden's Chiron, right? Mm-hmm. So Chiron in the sky, when it goes retrograde in Aries, it's going to be able to light up his stuff.
Right. And that's on the September 1st, but that same day, Pluto goes to 0, 20. It's 29 Capricorn.
Yeah.
So that's.
But he only gets to 29 in 38 minutes. So
no, but that's going to be.
Don't sweat.
Oh my God! But that's going to be really hard. Those 2 months are going to be hard, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, because look, it's going to be at not moving for 2 months, because minutes of arc on a slow moving planet, you don't even notice it.
But it's the old guard, right? It's representing. Yeah. It's representing the old toxic governments, corporations, all of it, and you're going to see a lot of that stuff play out. Like, they're going to be exposed during those 2 months, and to me, that's the last time he goes back into Capricorn. Then it's Pluto Aquarius after. What day was that? Pluto. Pluto. Oh God, it's probably right in front of me. It's at, and I think November 15th. 18th.
Yeah, I didn't bring that set of notes out here with me. Sorry.
That's what I was thinking, Aaron. Those clothes are vintage, and people pay a lot of money for that stuff. Especially the band T-shirts. Oh my God.
Oh, band T-shirts go nowhere. Nah, I'll wear them until they drop off of my body. Although this one right now is a friend of mine from Virginia, is originally from Michigan, and she opened up the Wild Hair Cider Company here in Michigan, even though she's still living in Virginia. So she comes up here to Ascora.
I'm sorry, ethnicity. That's how I felt all week
Oh,
too.
no.
So the
I saw
cancers
that.
they're getting hit so hard, you know. And we all have cancer in us. I'm not saying that, you know, it's just the cancer sons, but that cancer part of us, it's just it's it's like the sadness of the world gets to you, you know.
Right. And we have to keep forward movement. We have to
Yeah,
keep looking
yeah.
forward to something better, towards the future, creating the future we want. We're passing through the portal. The 8-8 Lions Gate is going to arrive. And that's like the
Mhm,
table tip. You know, I
mhm.
mean, we get through that, and on 8-8, I wonder where. I haven't looked at the chart yet for the
Okay,
Lions Gate.
what's the question? I think
Oh,
I might
well, I
have it.
was just wondering, you know, how Regulus was going to play out on 8-8, but I don't, you know, that's like what else is in the sky. So,
Right. I'd have to go look. Yeah, that's going to be
oh,
good because tracking Regulus is going to be an important thing this year.
so I just got a drop down that said, did you know Hurricane Beryl was on the same path as the eclipse?
That's what I was saying. It went right over top of where the eclipse crossed, went over top Arkansas,
Yeah.
the whole thing. It's just, and look now, look at what the Texas state government is doing. They keep exposing themselves. They're about to get their butts handed to them by the people down there.
Hypnicity says she's a hermit crab.
I understand.
But
I get that way.
hypnicity, we have the number 20, the number
Yes.
15 card there. While you're in there being a hermit, you're figuring it out, who it is that you can
Mhm.
and who it is you can't. And just get yourself a bigger shell. You know that the hermit crab likes to grow in a bigger
Mhm.
shell.
And that's what this time period's about too. And I know that it's not pleasant. I understand. I've had 30 days of crap just anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but it's
I
about going inside. It's about feeling the feels. It's about getting yourself aligned to and I felt like I was brain dead, like nothing was coming in.
yeah.
My team will always talk to me, especially if I'm using uh, pendulum, and I'd forget to even ask questions. I'd just be like a zombie, like, oh God, everything is just going to hell. And it was just sit still, just let it all
Yeah.
let it,
Settle. Let the sand settle.
yeah. And it's so hard to do.
It
It's like,
is.
oh my
Well, and
God.
hypnicity, you know, she's grieving her cat.
Man, that's so
Hypnicity, which one of your dogs are you worried about? She says she's
sad.
worried about a dog. So, you know, I
Um,
wish I could bring your cat back. I really do.
8/8 is her 32nd anniversary, wedding
Don't you
anniversary.
love that?
What a nice day to get married on, Hypnicity. Aw. 32
And she
years. God
married her,
bless you.
her best buddy,
Wow.
who is still her best buddy.
I used to keep all my stuff. Now I don't. I am at I just roll with the minimal
Yeah,
stuff I possibly can use, except for crystals. I'm surrounded and
yeah.
decks.
Hey, Aaron says the 2000s aren't even my oldest clothes. Yeah, I look at that and go, vintage? Hell no. I've
Uh,
got I've got old band t-shirts, but I've got
I wish.
jackets that are from the 1920s,
Oh my
1930s,
God.
1940s.
See, I used to do that. I used to
Oh,
have some.
and just, I mean, I can't wear them anymore because you can't get them cleaned. You can't take them to the dry cleaner. They don't want to touch the fabric because they recognize what the fabric is. Wool gabardine,
You
real
can't.
wool
Yeah,
gabardine.
you can't find good fabric
No.
anymore. It's crap.
And exactly, it's all crap and it's all
Yeah,
designed to be thrown away.
yeah.
And basically, you know, they were nice things when I got them, but that's what they are. They're synthetic, and synthetics hold body odor, and you just can't wash it out. You know,
It
it
is.
traps the odor from water, the odor from everything that, like, especially the water here.
Mm.
I get a smell that is like chicken soup on the fabric. If I wear something 2 or 3 times, the
Mhm.
iron that's in the water mixes with my body's chemistry, and the fabric begins to smell like chicken soup.
Oh, that would drive me crazy. I
It
understand.
does, it does drive me crazy.
And
I
sometimes I'll,
cannot live with it.
uh-uh,
So, trash bag.
if I smell
If I
something
can
funny,
smell it, everybody else can smell it, you
yeah,
know?
right. And
And
yeah,
I don't eat chicken.
Lori, that really is. Texas is going to be made an example of. I've heard that for quite a long time, before the eclipse even hit there. Um,
Thank you.
Priscilla, it's about finding our balance, chill and let it float by. If only it's only hell if we get caught up in fear. Oh my God, that is so true. And the fear, right? Black Moon Lilith. Well, there's four Liliths, but let's just go with the one that we use in the chart. You know, she is going to be on the south node of Libra
Right.
any minute now, and
Yes. Yes. That's
and
gonna
that's
be awesome.
about releasing
Yeah.
that fear out of you. Let it go out of that south node of Libra. Let all the unfairness, the injustice, all the crap, let it go. I'm saying this to myself. Believe me, everything I say here is not just, it's for me too. I'm just
Yeah.
stressed out about things too. Um, and it's about go inside, let it float, just be. Just be. And even Diana and I were saying this before we even started. We're not even taking our own advice.
Exactly. She said, listen, you've been telling everybody else to take the break. It's time for you to take a break.
She
So
does.
Priscilla's talking about metal hangers for dousing. Yes, absolutely.
Oh
You
yeah.
can use
Down
you
there.
can use twigs off of a tree, you know, branches
Heck
that
yeah.
are even that are kind of evenly balanced, and just be able to hold them. And yes, now I have coppers, but my dad
Cool.
used to douse. Of course, when I was a kid, you could get copper hangers. So the wire hangers were made out of copper and or bronze back in the early days of my childhood. So, but I love my coppers. The first time I took them out of their little folder, they pointed right to where the well was and right to where the lake is down at the end of the street.
Oh, very cool. I
And
love
right
it.
now they're pointing at where the old septic field used to be. And we just had a whole hell of a lot of rain come through. My rain gauge overflows at 5.5 inches, and it overflowed for another hour and a half past when it got to 5.5 inches. And then the report came out that my end of the county got like 7 inches of rain.
Wow. Yeah, we got a lot of rain today, overnight and all day. It's been really raining here, and we were just talking last week. We were getting any rain, and now it's just well.
Now it don't stop. Yeah.
Yeah, you had Beryl come right over top of you in Michigan.
Yes.
And
And it wasn't, yesterday was beautiful. It was the day before when all that rain fell. Wednesday, when I had to go to the dentist,
of course,
which I'm done with now, except to go get a
Kevin,
cleaning in August. And I hope to God he doesn't say, oh, you got another little cavity. No, I don't. Don't keep telling me that.
leave me alone.
Yeah,
Heavenly
tease me till the next time you clean my teeth, okay?
let really release what you got a good thing going here with Libra rising. Release all the stuff that has been stuck inside of you the best you can through this south node in Libra. It will really help you going forward. Yep, Stephen Greer does know all about what's built underground in El Paso. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
the whole
Yes, exactly.
planet is shady AF, you know? Oh, that's hard. I know. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a year that Buddy transition, even though I see him all the time. Still, you know, I wish he was here so I could just hunt. He was my, I mean, he's my buddy, but you know, you all know what it's like with your pets. It's
Yeah.
hard. Um,
So in
yeah.
here, Leah's talking about the pendulum again. And there is a website that Nancy Jean directed.
I use a short one.
Well,
It's easier for me.
there's a website where you can print out your own charts for pendulum. You can make it a half chart, you can make it a whole chart, you can do whatever you want. So I did one with the months of the year to use with my pendulum.
Yeah, I do that when I'm reading charts, certain things.
Oh my gosh. If I'd have to leave, I don't know if I can leave when we're live. I know I can leave when we're just doing a Zoom meeting. It's a French site.
Oh, go ahead. You're not going. You can always come back in. I can always get you back.
Okay, let me try.
For the pendulums, you know, it is a personal thing. It's what do you enjoy? How long do you like it? I didn't like the long one. The long ones just drive me crazy. It seems like the spins take too long. I'm impatient.
Okay. It's called Subtil, SUBTIL.net.
SUBTIL.net.
And then you just create an account and you can design, and there's plenty on there that you could just print out if you wanted, because they're put up to share. You don't have to share what you design if you don't want to, but so you can design a chart that you want for yourself. I think it's great. You can use it, you know, for all kinds of different things. If you're creating a grid, let's say, and if you've watched Nancy Jean, she does a glass pie plate over this. So you could use something like this as the beginning of your grid while you're setting the intention to set the stones.
Pretty cool. There's so many ways, and that's kind of bringing in the summary. But there's so many ways to play in the magic, to be the magic. You are the magic. You know, we are the frequency, and focusing on what it is that brings us the joy and the sparkle and the magic of life is the best way forward. And before we even started, I picked 2 cards. They were talking magic the whole time, all day. And then I come in and I pick the card magic.
Oh, unicorns.
And it's a unicorn, and it says, make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. It is you, though. It's even more than surround you. It's inside of you, every part. And then freedom, because I was so upset about our freedoms today. And I was like, okay, cool. So they were telling me, you know, freedom's going to be the way to go. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. So, you know, this is how we could get through. I mean, and there's so many things. I mean, we got all these tools, crystals, cards, pendulums, so many talented people to watch on YouTube.
We got three of cups here for talk about magic rainbows and happiness.
Rainbows.
Right?
I love it. Oh man, that is so cool. And that's our community, right? It's our community. I love y'all being here. Thank you.
Right.
So we're just going to need each other. We're going to lean on each other these next few months, because it's going to be important that we have support.
It's been quite a journey this whole month. Time, we keep saying it. It is not linear. It is an orb. But my gosh, it just is blowing by. And the speed up of time is something that even Shakespeare spoke about and Nostradamus spoke about, and how you know, it happens. I can remember my grandparents talking about it when they're old. Now I'm old and it's happening, but it seems like it's happening at a faster rate than it did for them.
Oh my God, yeah. Time's not even the same as it was a couple years ago. But think about, I mean, she's been
Oh,
flying.
yes, Leah, why not?
I got a yes for you, Leah. I don't know what gonna write or re with Alsop. I don't know what that means, but I got a yes on the custom cake business. What's this? Do I remember? Diana might.
And
On
it's a
it.
beautiful day. Um,
And there's a couple.
I remember that. I remember.
Thank you. It's quite a hard day all the time.
Beautiful. All I can get in my head right now is it's a beautiful morning.
Mm.
Think I'll go outside for a while. Just to smile. Just to get some clean, fresh air, boy. So, but I remember that, but that one, isn't that from Barefoot in the Park on a beautiful morning?
Even more.
Or, oh, what a beautiful morning. That's from Oklahoma.
Ah.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
I'm not gonna
I
sing.
got a wonderful feeling. Everything's coming my way.
Alsub helps people on disability. Oh my goodness. Where do you live? It's probably what your state calls it. Maybe that's it. Because we don't have that in Virginia. I don't think. I've never seen it. Doesn't mean I.
Also, oh, yeah.
White bird in a golden cage. What's all this? White bird in a golden cage. Oklahoma. Okay.
Oklahoma, yeah.
I mean, and look, singing and dancing and creativity, there's going to be so much music made. Oh, it's going to be,
Yep.
People are really getting into it right now.
Let our Greek flags fly.
Mm-hmm. And Leo, right, is not only about what your heart, love, and value, but your creativity. You know?
She says All's Up is nationwide, so it must be, you know, a small business franchise helping hand to get you started.
Oh, cool. Oh, so
I like that. Let there be peace on earth daily.
Every yeah.
Domini, Domini, Domini.
Does anyone want to read on anything? Do you want to read on anything? Do you want to talk about anything left that we didn't? Did we leave anything out?
Yeah, white bird must fly. I don't know. I think we've finally let some air out of this over-bloated balloon, right?
I feel better. Thank you. I feel better. I thought I had moved it before I got here, but apparently not.
Right. Yesterday would have been a beautiful day. I have a helium balloon launch, not a helium, what do they call it? A dirigible launch pad not very far from the house. And so it's not unusual to see big hot air balloons going over.
Oh, cool.
And yesterday would have been a beautiful day because in the evening there was no wind, but they must have called the day off yesterday, period, because of the wind. So
yeah. I haven't been outside. I really need to go out more. It's been pouring down though here. And
okay, wondering if we are working even more with the ones above recently with all that's going on. Yes, Leah, we are. We can take a look at that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what
my dreams last night. There were two. It was a dream. I got up, came back and went back to sleep, and it continued on.
I love when that happens.
I do too, because you get the solution. And yes, it was one of those, I was on a mission in Ukraine. as per usual. At this time, I'm still being sent there a lot to rescue those who are being trafficked and enslaved and incarcerated.
See, that's the, oh my gosh, it's the trafficking, just all of the abuse. I'm just so over it. All these thousands of years. And it's going to end soon.
Okay, let's see. What do we have to say? Because those above are also two elementals, right? So I'm going to stick with this pan deck. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So staying in touch with them, remaining with them in our hearts, in our minds, in our prayers, right?
And you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
You were talking about all the ascended masters and everybody. Absolutely.
Right? Mm-hmm. So if we keep our body in alignment, and then we keep our mind focused on, this is the Hierophant, focused on the, the betterment of all humanity, right? That is the Hierophant's way, the Holy Father, the Sacred Father, the fair, firm, and impartial school principle. But then he also understands why you did the crazy things you did. He hasn't forgotten his own teenage years or whatever, but you understand what I'm saying. So if we keep it in our mind that we have to stay with it, we have to create a moral compass. We have to have rules. I mean, the show that I was talking about yesterday was about the 7 hermetic rules, which is like the 12 rules of attraction, the universal rules of attraction. This is the hermetic rules. So it was so good. And then I think I sent you that too. Then our spirit, okay, changes are afoot. It's the 13. 13 is the death card, but that is the ending of the old regime. Exactly. And if you look at the way the Hierophant has been in the past, the grifting and the breaking of the laws and 2 sets of laws, no more 2 sets of laws. We're going to break that cycle and create a new cycle. And the grounding in this new cycle is going to be the 5 of Cups. Getting rid of what no longer serves us. Don't cry over the spilt milk. Realize that there are 2 good things left behind from the past, which are the new foundation and boundaries set in order to build and rebuild and continue to advance humanity. And the clarity comes in 21, the world. The sun. The sun, right? Well, I said 21, didn't I? Sorry. It is. The clarity is let the sun shine. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. Oh boy. And the rising is the rising card, the rising energy is the 3 of what? This is hard for me to see in this light. I can't see it. The 3. The 3. The Popess. Oh, so the Empress. The Empress, I mean. I said the Popess. The Empress. The Empress. The divine feminine. The divine feminine. Exactly. Us. And lifting us up. Yeah, again, and we all have it in us, right? Wow, that was a beautiful reading. Thank you. Omega Soul Connections, Fred Hunsinger. I'm chuckling because I see Fred. See, Fred is an important name to me. Oh, it is? Why? Yeah. A friend of mine had a bulldog, and the bulldog's name was Fred. And the bulldog was so cool. It was an English bulldog. He was so cool. The things to come, becoming what we are all truly meant to be. Yes. Yes, yes,
Our
yes.
authentic selves, yeah. Karen's been listening to waves and to stay calm.
There
You
you
know,
go.
watching uplifting videos. She wanted me to share that with everybody. So yeah.
Yes, Karen, that's awesome. Exactly. And it is also pulling the thread of the energy from everyone else who has the same wish and combining it with yours and turning it into a twister, into the rope, into the ability to lash through it and have it come and fall down upon you.
Mm. Bring some, yeah, bring some rain to Vegas. I know the Southwest needs it so bad.
Hypnicity says her dad was Fred.
Oh yeah, and he was a
Stubborn Taurus.
stubborn Taurus.
Wow.
Surprise!
Yeah, so surprised.
And all the old school, especially the old school male Tauruses, oh my God, they were really there. I just grabbed a card and out of this deck, the portal deck, Sirius Star Blessings, and we're in the Sirius portal. So remember,
right.
we got this.
Right, in Orion's belt.
Mm-hmm.
She's the pole star right now.
Mm-hmm. It says, yes, proceed, seen, push through. I'm going to say push through. See, looks like a web, right?
Oh, that's such a beautiful card. I think I ask you this all the time. What deck is that?
It's okay. Geez, if I can find it. Here we are. The Gateway of Light Activation Oracle, Cow Gray.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's cool. And then I got Arcturian light codes, which is another thing we're getting. We're getting the downloads, the light codes,
yes.
Like Stephen Burns is saying. This human was off the charts the day before yesterday, and no one could understand why. We weren't getting really any activity.
Right. We have, I don't understand why. I know we have a Schumann resonance antenna here in Michigan, and I don't understand why they don't make public the access to it.
And how many things don't they make public that we can all use right now?
Exactly.
And that's another thing.
Unless it's privately owned. But the one out of Tomsk, Russia is what we pay attention to the most, because when the sun rises over there, you get this big spike. It's the beginning of a new day on the other side of the earth. And since they're a day ahead of us, that's the one we pay attention to. Mm-hmm. But the Schumann resonance not only shows whether the sun is shining or not, it's also based on what the weather is doing. Mm-hmm. And so some of these spikes are because the weather is tumultuous.
Where it's at, yeah.
Right. And then what do the people start doing? They join the frequency. Their heart starts to beat. They get up and start their day. And so as all the hubbub of the day begins over there. So that's one of the reasons why they go to Tomsk. Mm-hmm. For, common. But there are other stations here. And that is one of his missions, is to get more stations around the world, particularly here in the United States, so that we can track our own Schumann resonance for this area, for this country, and by area. And then, of course, the big chart would still be together,
Mm-hmm. I saw that today too, Lori, where it's at. What's her name? Oh, goodness. I forget the name of her channel, but yeah, she was saying, and that's what that 29-degree Neptune is doing too. That 29, it is just a background pressure that is designed to get people to wake up, connect to their hearts and their souls. It's important. And that's all ages. So But, and what you were saying, Diana, is especially when Pluto goes into Aquarius fully, all that is going to become reality. We're going to have these things monitoring. Just technology alone is going to be out the roof. We're really going to benefit. Humanity's really going to benefit for what's coming through on that Pluto Aquarius coming up. But got to get there.
Yes, there is more synchronicity because the
Mm-hmm.
universe is giving us a chance to take a break from all of that and go within. And when we go within, what do we get? We get a greater understanding of the things, the messages, the omens.
Mm-hmm. And trust your gut, right? Our intuition, our downloads that are coming in. So important.
Yeah.
Well, we will be back.
Yeah.
We'll be back next Friday. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be back next Friday.
Right? Well, her mom was in Aries. Talk about locked horns. They didn't argue in front of the kids, and hypnicity was not an only child. There were a few, but we knew when they were arguing.
Okay. Well,
the bedroom door was open.
Diana, the full moon is on the 21st. It's on a Sunday, so I guess we'll just come up on Sunday. We'll be here anyway, and we will. Boy, that's a chart. Oh my!
That's next week Sunday, correct?
Yes. It's a heck of a chart. That full moon in Capricorn, part 2. Woo. Boy, oh boy.
Oh, right on. I totally spaced. Duh. And then the next day the sun goes into Leo, right?
I think, I think it's a few hours after.
A few hours after, 1:37 in the morning, Eastern time. And then Mercury is conjunct, and Mercury goes into Virgo on the 25th. The sun is opposite Pluto on the 23rd. Mars is trining Pluto on the 21st. The sun is trining Neptune.
One thing I do know I can say about that full moon, seriously, a lot of us have been like removing things, whether we're aware of it or not. It's a big ending. It's a big cycle ending of something that was no longer serving us. Of course, my gosh, I can't even find all the charts.
Thank you, Sonia. Extra love and light for your daughter, and hopefully, and I know her name, but I can't think of it right now. But if everybody could please remember to keep her in your prayers, and
anybody that
Sonia, if you're still here, put her name in the.
Yeah. I mean, anybody that's going through anything, we can. You want to do a little?
I will. I would love to.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Let's see if we get some names. Anybody need any assistance in any way? Diana's going to do
a little healing and calm white light. So let's take 3 deep breaths. Hold them at the top. Exhale with your mouth open. Please place us in a steady stream of divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and grace. Michael, wrap your blue bubble of protection around us that shrinks to fit as we step into the healing teal green orb of Raphael that floats and shares and spreads and transfers. The divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and grace. And anyone who needs extra help, extra protection, and extra healing. So mote it be.
Beautiful. And so it is. Thank you, Diana. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
everybody. This is also a good one. And this is my
Sophia.
argument.
Okay, Sophia is her name, is her
Oh, I
daughter's.
love that name. That was my nanny's name, Sophia.
Love Sophia.
Uh-huh.
The Sophia, the brilliance, the Sophia. Wisdom,
Sure.
Sophia.
Oh, thank you, Erin. Thank you all so much. We will see you next Sunday and talk about the full moon in Capricorn. So if you notice something is closing down and you know it's not going with you, let it go, let it close, let that Capricorn, because the Capricorn will close it like for good. You know, you got 2 bookends in full moon Capricorns. Let it go, whatever it is. We love you very much. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Peace.